Hey everyone, and welcome back to another video. And in this video, I'm going to be going over this Zendesk review. So this video is going to be useful for individuals who are deciding whether or not to use Zendesk for their business. And so I've been using it for about 4 months now. And I must say that it's definitely a comprehensive customer service platform. But here are some things that you have to be aware about. And if you're interested in trying Zendesk out, check out the link in the description. First, let's start with the pros. You get a really robust ticketing system with tons of automation features. Plus, it integrates with a lot of other tools and has good reporting capabilities. But one of the downsides is that I have a feeling that Zendesk is staged more of as a call center, whereas our work is more help desk and service oriented, and sometimes the interface doesn't match of how we actually work. Now, the biggest cons of Zendesk though is that although it has a lot of features, you do have to deal with some limitations. When it comes to case documentation, and what I mean by that is we also use our ticketing system and other software to track bugs, projects, servers. We also use our ticketing system and other software to track bugs, projects, server builds, data center workflow, and product implementations. But Zendesk doesn't handle complex casework very well, okay? Some tickets are simple and work fine. Other tickets can be open for a month and encompass 30 plus entries. With journals, including screenshots, and with Zendesk, the casework logging looks like a text message chain, and I struggle to see this working for complex technical issues. Other things with Zendesk that I didn't like or don't like currently is that the chat area to record casework feels really limited, and when you have long-running technical cases with lots of documentation in it, it becomes really hard to navigate, and unlike more technical ticketing systems, where you can organize information properly, Zendesk feels more designed for quick customer service interactions. Now with Zendesk though, one thing to keep in mind is that you do have to take into account whether it actually fits your workflow, because the monthly cost can be significant, and if it doesn't match how your team works, you're just paying for features that you can't even use effectively, okay? So you need to really think about whether your use case matches what Zendesk is designed for. Now with Zendesk, there can be some frustration when trying to adapt it to technical work that goes beyond basic customer service. So my recommendation is that you really evaluate whether it fits your specific needs. For me, for example, we've had 2 demos and I'm just not sure how to feel. Plenty of the features seem great, but I wanted some client feedback and how you may use it. Now, here are my 3 tips for people who want to try Zendesk out. First tip is to really think about your use case before committing, because if you're doing complex technical work or long-term project tracking, Zendesk might not be the right fit. I learned that it works great for simple customer inquiries, but struggles with more complex technical cases. Second tip is test the case documentation features thoroughly during your trial, because that's where Zendesk really shows its limitations for technical work. The text message chain format for case logging just doesn't work when you need to document complex technical processes with multiple screenshots and detailed notes. Third tip is consider whether your team is more call center oriented or help desk and service oriented, because Zendesk really seems designed for the former, and I found that teams doing quick customer service interactions love it, but teams doing complex technical support find it limiting, and my rule is that if your average case takes more than a few back and forth messages, Zendesk probably isn't going to be ideal. But with Zendesk though, I'd say it's been a mixed experience for me, and it definitely has powerful features and works really well for what it's designed for, but it doesn't seem to match our workflow specifically very well. Zendesk customer support though is good when you need the help, but they can't really solve the fundamental mismatch between the tool and our needs specifically. So with that being said, if you're considering Zendesk, I'd say just try it out. You won't know until you try it out, but really evaluate whether it matches your specific workflow and use case. But I hope you found this video helpful, guys, and if you have any questions, let me know in the comments down below.